everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reid, and today on this day, I have with me a gentleman by the name of Spencer Hawthorne Jr. He is an accountant by day and a children's book author by night, a superhero truly teaching the children about financial literacy. And I'm truly looking forward to hearing more about the work that he is doing. But first and foremost, as I always do, I take a quick moment to pause, say thank you to you for making time for me today. Time is a gift. Once you give it, you can't get it back. So I truly appreciate you, sir, making time to sit down and talk with me. And with that, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So I mentioned in the opening that you're an accountant, but I didn't tell everybody that you're also a dad. You're a girl dad, right?
Yes, I am.
So just wondering, as we get started, was it something going on in the community that you saw, or was it something in your parenting journey that made you say, I'm going to write this book about financial literacy, or how did it come about?
Honestly, I'll just say God, honestly. I got this vision. He gave me the vision and I just followed through with it. Now, what I will also add to that is, there were some things that happened that led to that.
Okay.
But it was definitely led by the Spirit. So
Awesome.
basically, I have some relatives, even friends, that I see in hard situations that sometimes need some assistance.
Gotcha.
And I looked and said, man, we got to stop this. We got to stop the cycle. There's another instance where, someone, how people come to your door and knock and try to sell you stuff.
Oh,
so I had a young African-American guy, black male, come up and he tried to sell me something. I'm like, I don't really want it. And when he finished, he was like, hey man, how did you do it? And that I didn't have a response for him then because it caught me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
But later I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I used to be that brother.
Mm.
And so I said, we're gonna see what we can do about this.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, you're right. Black communities, we tend to love the struggle, the financial struggle, but we've not been taught about how to accumulate wealth. We tend to pass down debt to our next generation. So it's wonderful when I see my brothers out there trying to kind of correct that and change the course for the future generations. So I mean, kudos to that. We don't have the knowledge. So when we have somebody giving it to us, so kudos to that.
Exactly.
Now I want to talk, we talked a little bit about this before we started today. I want to talk about this guy called Jaden, right? Cute little guy. I was a little confused when I first read it because you are a girl dad. And I was like, well, I would have thought the main character would have been a girl, but Jaden kind of looks like Spencer before Spencer cut his hair off. But so how did you come up with the character of Jaden?
So I was able to come up with him based on what I've seen in my life. Most of the people from my community look like Jaden. That's kids, as adults, whatever, they have the twists or, dreads or whatever it may be. So I wanted something that would be realistic.
Okay.
Something that is a little more personable that they can relate to.
Okay.
And so I just put this character together based on my experiences and what I've been exposed to. So I don't know if you catch it, but in addition to his hair, he also wears flip-flops with socks.
He's a slides.
Exactly. And so, I want the kids to be able to relate to it. I want them to see themselves in Jaden. So that's where I got it from.
Oh, okay. And why did you cut your hair off?
New year, new me. You know what? It's funny because at work, they say you can count on Spencer to change up his hair all the time.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Got you. Okay. Got you. Yeah. Because that was one of the first things I said. Oh, this must be a miniature version of him. I said, it looks just like him, hair and everything. But now we got to talk about something else.
This is a collective group effort. This is everything I've seen. This is the Jayden that I'm used to seeing.
Okay, got you. Now we will be seeing Jayden quite often. He's going to be appearing in some more books. Correct. Can you give us like what is the plot line of some of the other books that we should be seeing him in?
So right now we're just doing finances. So the financial series right now is 2 books. I'm thinking about a 3rd one. But this one, I Found a Dollar, introduces the kids to what you do when you get money. You know, what you do when you earn your money. Should we go out and spend it, or should we look for a better way to use it, or what's the best way to use it? And if you read the book, it goes into investments at the end. You know, the guy at the bank tells him, if I had $1, I'd invest it. And so the next part of the series, Jaden is like, okay, I understand what an investment is. What are the investments?
Okay.
So I created this museum that's more so like a fair or like a theme park, where he goes in and he learns about investments in a very kid-friendly way.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the title of that book is called The Investment Museum.
Okay, so that's the next one coming out.
That is the next one coming out.
And when should we be expecting that one?
You know what? It's actually, it's done now, but I'm not sure. Thank you. I'm not sure when I want to put it out yet. I'm still working on that timeline, but definitely this year, if not the summer, before the summer.
Okay. Yeah. Easier to decide when to cut your hair versus to publish the next book.
Well, yeah, because honestly, I want to get this more traction.
Okay.
I don't want to pull away from the attention of this book. So depending on, you know, how we go with notoriety of the book and the popularity of the book, then we'll get into the next book.
Understood.
But it's on deck, though. It is on deck.
Understood. Now, I was watching the digital version that you have online, and I noticed that there were some options for Jayden that you seem to be talking to the big kids, the adults, like he had to choose whether or not to purchase a car or not. And I was like, that seemed a little subtle message there. So was I reading too much into it, or were you talking to us too as well?
No, you got it. You hit it right on the head. I believe that the book is for adults as well as kids. I feel like what should happen is we're trying to create a conversation between adults and kids. And what happens is some of our adults that didn't get the message, when they read it, it should be an epiphany there. Oh, okay, this is what we should do. Okay. And then once the adults read it, they should tell their kids, hey, listen, this is what you want to do if you want to be financially responsible or a financial steward. Okay. And so, yeah. And the reason why I put those topics in there, or those type of choices, is because that gets what do you call it? That gets brought down to the kid. That's learned from the kid at an early age. Hey, you need to buy cars. You need to buy jewelry. You need to buy all these things. So yeah, it's a little parallelism in there where we're talking to both parties.
So as I was saying, you have the digital version of your book. And writing a children's book is already like a beast of itself. I don't think people understand that, but you took it to the next level with the digital layer option, and with the voiceovers and everything. Was that complicated, or how did that all come together?
It's all about who you know. I couldn't do that by myself. You know, the illustrator of the book, his name is Paul Brown. He also does music. He also has his own cartoons. Check out 8-Bit Paul on Instagram.
Okay.
And so I told him that I wanted to do the digital version so that for the people that can't afford it, or the people that, you know, are not yet ready to buy it, they can still get the message. Okay. And he told me that he can put it together for me, and we just worked on that and collaborated, and we got it done.
Who you know, that's a lesson in itself, on top of the financial literacy. You know, it's who you know. Now, There's also if I was reading correctly or listening somewhere correctly or being nosy somewhere correctly, there's a philanthropy element to your books. If people purchase or there's a donate to your charity.
Yeah. Yeah. So I sell the hardcovers for me, like that's for me, that goes directly to me.
Okay.
The soft covers though, they are for donation. So any amount you want to pay.
Okay.
It could be $10, $100, or 10 cents.
Okay.
Either way, that goes to my charity, and that allows me to buy more books. That allows me to, my charity is called the Lowell Foundation, and that acronym is Leadership, Outreach, and Academic Development. So the money that we get from the books fund what we do, like a business tour. So we take kids into businesses. This was before COVID. COVID is a little tricky now, but before COVID, we would take kids into businesses, sit them at a boardroom, and they would be able to listen in on all the aspects of a job, and see it real time, where they can vision themselves doing that, and also discuss the pay and all that stuff to help them see themselves in the future. So anytime someone purchases the soft covers, that goes to that mission for the Lowell Foundation.
Is that an organization that's only in your area, or have you been with that along?
Yeah, it's my foundation, and it's only here in Orlando. The more funding we get, the more we'll spread. But we are also working on collaborating with other nonprofits to do this. So we could be in different areas coming soon.
Okay. Well, now let me get nosy, because now I didn't know all of that. So how long have you been at that?
Since 2016.
Well, you go. And what made you start? I mean, because that's phenomenal there. I mean, what made you start that one? We're going to get back to the book, I promise.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I'm all for it. So the same situation is based on my experiences. When I left college, I could not get a job. I left college in 2009, where the market was terrible.
Yeah. That was right after the housing burst. Yeah.
Yeah. We had like a mini recession at that point.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get a job. And so I went to work for a guy that I never would have worked for. So I went to school for accounting, of course.
Okay.
I ended up working in, I guess you can call it mini construction.
Oh, really different. Oh, yeah.
Really different. That's what I'm saying. And what the guy was allowed me to do was, I had to use my muscles for him, but he actually set me up with different financial institutions or people that he knew. Again, it's who you know.
Yeah.
People who he knew, and we had conversations about, how I can do better on my interviews or what the financial sector is looking for and things like that.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, those handshakes gave me a lot of exposure to, how I can funnel my way to where I want to go.
Gotcha.
So I said, we don't have this in the neighborhoods that I'm from. And so I said, what, let me create it.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good social network. Mm-hmm. And I said, what, let me just tap into my social network. And so that's where it started.
Okay. So you've mentioned a couple of times, and most of us, we come from neighborhoods and then we go to college, but we still got family and friends in the neighborhood. So now that you have written this book, I Found $1, and you have all this experience and you have the nonprofit and you're coming from the accounting background, when you go back to visit everybody, to be like, oh gosh, here comes Spencer. He's going to tell us about some money. Do you get that response from the crew?
You know what? I don't. But I'm not the person that goes and try to tell people about money. That's not my point. But what happens is, usually how it works is, and I'm just blessed in this situation, is those friends see how I move.
Gotcha.
They say, hey, how are you, how's that happening?
Okay.
And then that gives me a chance to explain, well, this is how I do what you see,
Okay.
And so now my friends understand. They understand.
Be like, oh, he gonna tell us about some money now. We ain't gonna try to hear that. I'm trying to buy this little something.
No, what do you say is, man, you're so cheap.
Frugal. I like to call it frugal. Okay.
Exactly. I like to say it's fiscally responsible. I'm just fiscally responsible,
That's funny. Yeah. Sometimes it's a struggle, but anyways, let me get back on track here. You're a father, as I mentioned, and a family man, and we live in a world that's very consumer. They're just pushing us to buy all the time, especially in our communities. We have, I just recently did an interview. We have 1.6 trillion spending power in the Black community, right? So
Yes.
we're spending major money.
Yes.
As a parent, is it a lot of pressure to, because kids want the latest this and that? I mean, how have you balanced that out? And now I found a dollar, you're trying to teach financial literacy at home. Is it really a pressure thing as a parent to get to buy for the kids?
Not for me. I started early. But
Okay.
it is. I think in general, yes, it is.
Okay.
I think that I see kids doing it all the time, whether it be nieces and nephews. And even my daughter, she started off like, hey, every time we go to the store, it don't matter where we go. Hey, can I have this? Can I have this? I'm like, you have that at home. You already have it. But there is a need to buy. And so, yes, I do feel like there's a lot of pressure as a parent. And even if it's just something that she doesn't already have, like it can be a candy bar. It's like, hey, I want this. And so there is pressure, but I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to it. And so my daughter knows, hey, the first thing you need to do is save. Second thing you need to do is understand that you don't need everything right now. You're going to be fine. So, creating that concept of delayed gratification is very important. Because the dollar comes and it goes. That's what
as you said in the book.
Yeah, dollar comes and it goes. And so she understands that. I actually have a recording of her when she was about, I want to say 5, about 5 years old. And we're in our living room and she's she earned some money for her allowance. I said, well, what you gonna do with your money? She's like, I'm gonna save my money. And so, it's just, I will always keep that. And so it's starting early.
Okay.
And letting them understand, hey, you don't need everything. And my daughter, she also doesn't have a concept of like popular shoes.
Awesome.
As long as we don't create that sense of like need or desire for these things. I mean, one day it's going to come, but hopefully we have a foundation where it's like, I have everything I need without that.
That's right.
Then we'll get somewhere.
That's right, teacher. Yeah, we're building some generational wealth. That money could be going towards buying a piece of property or putting in the family business or whatever. I mean, it's really something as a whole, as our community, I wish that we would massively subscribe to that delayed gratification, like you said, leave something to the kids, they come out the gate, behind the ball. So anything, what I'm saying, anything that we can do, the older ones we can do to set them up for success, I think we need to do. And like I said, going back to that, I think that's exactly what I found a dollar is doing. And let me build on that. So let's say you were having a conversation with Jaden's mom or Jaden's dad. We know Jaden found a dollar and he had a windfall of wealth, for the moment. But if you're talking to Jaden's mom or dad and they're saying, hey, Spencer, we found a tax refund check or a stimulus check. What should we do with it, Spencer?
Yeah, I would say easily. I don't have the answers to all the investments, but I would say easily. First, you want to pay off whatever kind of debt you have. If you have debt, we need to pay that off. That's the first thing, because I think what people will fail to realize is like you're forking out money every month for whatever type of bill you have. If you're able to pay off the consumer debt like credit cards, if you have to pay off a car note, which that's a beast in its own, then you open up so much more money a month, and you don't even have to have a lot of money at that point. You're just able to have better utilization of your own money. Now you get to see more of what you work for, and you get to use it how you want to, And so that's the first thing I would say, is to pay off your debt. Once you paid off your debt, then I think that you should try to figure out what you enjoy doing. Invest in that and monetize it.
Invest and monetize.
Yeah.
Awesome.
For example, I know we're talking about the parent, but one thing that I'm also teaching my daughter is like every summer we do an investment where we take her allowance money that she saves, and I say, hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to sell? Whatever. So we'll either do a popsicle stand, which we did one year, and I showed her how a $20 investment turned into $88. You know what I'm saying? And she's 8 years old. So in the course of, and she only actually did 3 events. So it's like, in the course of 3 weeks, you made $88 off of a $20 investment. And so just teaching that type of that kind of understanding, having that kind of understanding just helps out a lot, because now you don't have to worry about anybody giving you anything. You learn how to invest at an early age, and as you get older, I think that'll stay in you. So for the kids, that works, and for the parents as well, figure out what you enjoy, what you want to do, invest in that, and monetize it. And if you don't have anything, let's say for whatever reason you can't figure out what it is, one investment tip that I learned just recently actually is you copy the people who know how to invest. You have your Warren Buffetts, you have all these big tycoons out there that invest every day, and there are websites and things out there that allows you to see what they buy. You may not be able to buy it at that same level, but go out and buy. Hey, if Warren Buffett just bought Sprint, 100 shares or whatever, I'm going to go buy 2 shares.
Yeah. So I can't get what he got, but I can get a little corner of that. I get a little piece of something. Yes. Yeah. I think that's beautiful that, and one of the things that we've always struggled with as a community is we just don't share the knowledge when we get it. So it's beautiful to see that you're actually kind of giving some tips and some pointers there, because we just don't know. And then, sometimes we get overwhelmed. Like, I only got $5. I can't do nothing with $5. And you're like, yeah, you can buy 2 shares. And I mean, we can compound that. I think that's something good there. I had a thought there and I just went like, drip. That's that age there. Let me go back to I Found a Dollar. Okay. So you said we have to wait for the next one because you're promoting that one. So are there some events coming up that we should be expecting to see you at, that we can get signed, autographed pictures, and pictures with the author and all of that stuff? Oh yeah, for sure. You'll see more of it on my website. Actually, that's on my to-do list, is to list all the events. I have them booked through June, but the first event that's coming up next week will be at the Black Heritage Festival. Okay. In Tampa, Florida. Okay. And so I'll be there on the 15th and 16th. And so, I'll be there signing books, having some, I also do some giveaways at that event as well. And that event is from 8 until 5. Okay. I'll be there all day waiting for people to come up and, tell them about the book. I have another event in March with, I don't know why, now you're talking about age. I got your beat still. So. Jack and Jill. Yeah, the Jack and Jill group. Oh, I went to them when I was little. Yeah. I didn't even know they were still around. Yeah. So the Jack and Jill group, there are going to be kids and their parents there in Virginia. Okay. And that'll be March the 3rd. Okay. So, and Mrs. thing, she gonna be working the cash register, be like, no, this is that, and with the tax and all of this, and Miss Mama gonna be working the cash register. I hope so. I hope she knows, like, hey, you gotta know, you gotta be an accountant, and don't let nobody teach you. It's a family business. Everybody got to roll up their sleeves and go to work. I ain't mad at you. Yeah. Well, sir, let me not take up too much more of your time. I have one more question, and then I'm going to do my random question here. I want to ask, kind of go back to more of a serious thing here. Your father
Yes.
And you're a husband, and you're an accountant.
Yes.
So let's say you were to have a younger fellow standing in front of you, and he's saying to you, Mr. Hawthorne, I'm about to embark on your journey. I'm about to be a family man. I'm about to create my family. What advice would you give to him as a man about his money?
About his money, I would say that it's not about you anymore. Mm-hmm. It's about your entire family. Mm-hmm. So it's about the present and the future. The past, we can get rid of that, but it's about the present and the future. So presently, you make sure you provide your family with everything they need. Mm-hmm. Also, you're going to want to get some wants in there as well. But in order to do that, you're going to have to understand how to divide your money. You're going to have bills. You're going to have your, I guess, spending account for now for leisure, and then you're going to have your investment for the future. Mm-hmm. You don't want to have a family that you can't leave anything to. And what I like to tell everybody now, which I understand when you're young, because I think I started my family at like 24, mm-hmm. and didn't have much at all. Mm-hmm. And I sat with a financial advisor, and he was like, go get your life insurance. And I'm like, I can't afford it. And I really could. Mm-hmm. I just felt like because it was so tight, anything that came out of that money was like, I just can't do it. Mm-hmm. And eventually I got around to it. Probably 2 years later, I got around to it. And it's the best thing because as a male and the male in the family, you want to make sure that everyone is secure. And so if anything happens to me, that's the best thing that I can do is have a life insurance policy that takes care of them, where they don't have to worry about anything. They're totally fine. So that's like one of the first things I'll tell them, in addition to what I said before.
Awesome. Because I am so tired of us having GoFundMes and fish fries. I tell you, I cannot buy another fish fry.
Man, and you know how the text messages go around. Uncle
oh my gosh!
Some help for the funeral. It's like, all right, I got you, but Uncle so-and-so got to have it set up next time.
I mean, I don't, I'm kind of in the middle of two generations. So my grandfathers and aunties were always, the insurance man would come by the house and you pay him a little bit of change for the insurance policy. And then somewhere along the way, we just missed it and dropped the ball. And I'm just like, we all know the time is coming and the policies are only maybe $5-10 a month. That's your little fast food thing. And it's just one of the things, every time I see one come across my phone, like, why didn't y'all get it?
Exactly.
Exactly. So it's good, that you point out as a man, because, you want to make sure that your family's taken care of. So that's good advice, because, so many of us, you never know the day, you never know the time, and you want to make sure your family's prepared. So that's awesome and amazing. Well, sir, I am going to do my random question, and then I'm going to ask you to tell us how we connect with you. And let me see here. I had one more question I think I wanted to ask you. Oh, don't get 53, please.
It's okay. I understand it.
If it comes up to my head by the time I'll ask. Let's see what we got. Little mama gonna be a beast by the time she's 14, 15.
I'm hoping so.
I can see it now. Let's see here. Could you give up access to the internet for a month?
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
That's rare. How young are you, young man?
I'm 37.
37. And you could give up the internet for
a month. I give it up.
Wow. What would you do with yourself?
You know what? I get out the house. It's a lot of things. I mean, hopefully I'm not working during that time because I'm working at it. But I mean, I like to detach anyway.
Okay.
And so for me, I think sometimes I can just go out and be with the family, go visit relatives that I haven't seen, that I can't visit, that I used to spend a lot of time with. Just be in my thoughts sometimes, planning things out, maybe the third book, and so detaching from the internet would be a really good thing for me. A month of detail, I won't lie now. After that month, after that 30-day, I'm like, give it to me. I'm scratching and itching and stuff. But yeah, I think I can do it.
Awesome. I remembered my question now. See, I had to get you talking. I remember my question. So I'm asking, and then I'm gonna ask you to tell us how we connected. If you had a magic genie come and give you your wish, what would be your financial wish for us as a Black community?
As a community, to be financially free. And when I say financially free, I'm not saying everybody's rich. Everyone knows how to utilize the power of their money and circulate it in our community, and also invest it. That would be my wish to the genie. Like, hey, everyone should be financially free. There is no issue when it comes to spending money. You have to break your back at a dead-end job, or a job that may even pay you well, but it's stressing you out.
Yes.
You're able to get out of the rat race that you call it, and and live your life to the best of your ability. But it's hard to do that when you're not financially free.
That's true. We should have the opportunity to participate in what they call the American dream. And
correct. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get there. Hopefully we'll get there. Well, sir, please tell us how we pick up the book, how we connect with this nonprofit, because we might want to donate even some other way if it's not through the book, how we and the website and all. Just give us the whole lowdown.
Yeah. So the book can be found at jadensquest.com. I want to build up this community of people who want to learn about financial literacy. So a lot of people ask me to sell on Amazon, but I'm sticking with jadensquest.com. Come on over, and we're going to build up this community, and we're going to take it somewhere. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Jayden's Quest. Everything that's happening, I put out a couple of reels every now and again. Also, I'll let you know about my events on there as well. On YouTube, it's also Jayden's Quest if you want to see the digital version, or you can go to the website and find it there. Facebook, the same thing, Jayden's Quest. And for the nonprofit, that website is under construction, but it's loadorlando.com.
LOAD?
LOAD Orlando.com.
Okay.
And so that will be a way for you to also donate to the Lowell Foundation.
Do you, by any chance, teach financial literacy classes to big folks, adults?
You know what? I don't, but what I do is have conversations. I mean, anyone who wants to know, I have no problem sitting down and talking to them about it. I do it a lot with my family. We have talks all the time. And I'm open, because the thing is, someone did that for me. I didn't just wake up like, hey, I know all this stuff. It's like someone sat me down and explained to me how everything works. I put it into practice, because that's what happens. That's what needs to happen. You have to be able to take action on it. If you take action, you will see the benefits. And it's like, I can't go back to that, what it was. So yeah, anyone. You can reach me. My personal Instagram is Suspense813. That's SU _ Spence 813.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to you. So I think I heard you've grown financially as a man. Who I'm seeing now is not who you were financially when you were younger.
So the thing is, I was always frugal. That's the word.
Frugal, yes.
I was always frugal, but I didn't understand how money worked. I didn't understand how to get more out of what I have. I think a lot of us, we work and we say, man, this isn't enough. And I needed to learn how to make it enough.
Yeah.
And so once I learned that, then everything just opened up. It's like, if this is enough, this small, this small gift I have, then once it grows, I'm in surplus.
Yes.
You know, so
Awesome. Yeah, it's amazing when you learn how to do with little, and before you were like barely making it with a lot, but once you streamline everything, you're like, hey, I'm kind of living okay, you know. And as my family calls me frugal, but I accept that because y'all are miserable and I'm comfortable just floating around. So,
exactly.
you know, anyway, so me and Spencer are on the same page. All right, dear, I'm all off track. This is that. But anyways, let me wrap this up here. Dear, I am extremely proud of what you're doing. I'm extremely proud of little Miss Mama. You know, make sure she hears that. You know, little internet auntie is so proud that she is, you know, getting, yeah, you know, I mean, I just, for us, you know, our community, we struggle. We're always behind the ball. I think I read somewhere where it takes us 288 years to build the wealth that a white family would build.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. So, you know, the information that you have, that you're sharing, that you're spreading is so needed, because there's no reason for our kids to have to go through the same financial struggles that we did. So, and it's just a matter of getting the knowledge out there, getting the teaching out there. So, what you're doing, especially with today's world of internet, it'll be easy for you to spread this message. And I see nothing but good and great. I'm glad that God put that on your heart, because we truly need you. And we need little mama running the cash register. So.
And she'll run it.
It's awesome.
And so this is the thing. The point of this book is to create a conversation. And that's what I want everyone to understand. We just need to talk about it.
Yes.
We don't talk about it enough. We talk about the events that happen in popular culture. We talk about the shoes that's coming out. We talk about all the popular things, but we need to have a conversation about finances with children and with adults. And that's all I want to push. Let's have the conversation. The knowledge will be there. What you do with it is up to you, but let's have the conversation.
Let's have the conversation. And like you said, I mean, the conversation is so important, because so many times in family structures, we don't talk to our kids about money. So they go out into the world, they don't know about a checking account or creditors. So the conversation is so important. So
yeah, for sure.
Well, dear, I have enjoyed my chat with you today. We got off to, well, I knew it was the right time, but I should have went with my gut anyways. But anyways, we are here. I had a wonderful time talking to you, learning about what you're doing, and just kudos from me, just woo-hoo from me, and much success to you. All right.
Much success to you too. I tuned into a couple of your podcasts already, and they're wonderful. So
awesome.
Doing it. I'm proud of you as well.
You guys are awesome. I mean, I'm just a vessel. You guys are awesome. So you guys are awesome. So that's it. Well, dear, let me wrap this up. That's all for this week's episode of The Male Perspective. I'm your host, Lana Reid, and I will see everybody next time.